What's up, everybody? C2013 here, and today we're going to do the unboxing of the Boker Gnome knife, fixed blade, and also the Winchester. I don't know what it's called, but it's a fixed blade, and it's got a wooden handle scales, and we'll go from there. Again, this video was supposed to come before my unboxing of the 915 Triage from Benchmade, but of course things didn't go as planned, so this is going up first, and then the other video should come after. But disregard what I say at the end of the video, where I say like, "Oh, look out for my next video on the Boker Gnome and stuff," because that's what you're watching right now. All right, guys. So I'm gonna use the Triage to actually cut open this box. Again, sheep's foot blade, so it's pretty good for slicing, not so good for stabbing. But enough about bullshit here. All right. Now, also what I got in this box is some pencils I ordered, but that has nothing to do with my knives. Okay, here we go. These are the pencils. Let me move it out of the way. All right. Okay, this is so. Okay. First up, to look at the Winchester. The Winchester wood fixed blade, it really doesn't tell you much. There's not even a model number. I think the only way you can get that is online. It comes in this plastic. You can already see it's a cheapo knife. I bought this, I think, no more than $15 for this thing. Yeah, definitely no more than $15 for this thing. It's pretty soft steel from what I could tell. From what research I did look up, I think it's like only 420 or something like that. So it's not real hard stuff. It's not even the 440 or anything like that. But then again, you know, it's easier to sharpen stuff, and it's pretty resistant to corrosion. So I'm happy with that blade. Again, this is a if I was gonna do an EDC daily carry, you know, everyday carry, for those of you who don't know what EDC is, of a fixed blade, I would use this. So yeah, let's open it up. It comes with a sheath, by the way, nylon sheath in the back. Yeah, I'm gonna open this thing. Okay, cut that part off. And then just the bottom. Alright, cool. Alright, so I got this thing open. And let's pull out the blade. So the blade is, wow, that's got some nice balance to it. Again, you know, full tang, by the way, if you guys are wondering. So you can see the blade right there. And I believe the blade is, I want to say it's 3.6, I think. 3.6 in length. So there you go. There's my palm. I have really small hands, by the way, but you go. There's the knife on my palm. So let's get some paper. Do a paper test on it. All right. Knife, paper. It's catching a little bit, but hey, it's cutting the paper. It's pretty sharp. I mean, it could be honed a little more, and I'll I'll be getting in an Apex Pro cutter soon, so that I can sharpen all my blades precision. Because really, right now, I don't really have any stones with me here, and the only thing I have with me is this auto sharpener. So, where is it? Yeah, I have this thing. So this is crap. So I wouldn't sharpen any of my nice knives with that. But anyway, let's check out the sheath now before we move on to the Boker Gnome. So again, really, you know, it's got some kind of plastic in there. I'm pretty sure it's not Kydex, it's plastic. But in there, and it just slips in just like that. It fits pretty nicely. But again, in order to keep it in there, you're definitely going to need to use that little clip strap thing with the button on it. Right here. That just goes around, and wow, that's really hard to get closed. Actually, that's kind of a bitch. It's really tight, So I don't know exactly what they're trying to do here, but this is not going to be an easy. Wow, I can't get that closed. Um, these two nylon pieces that have buttons on them, it's actually too short. I can barely get it. I can probably, if I really strained, try to get this on there. Yeah, I got it. But again, that's annoying because it shouldn't take that long to secure your knife once you've used it. So let's say you pop it out, right? That's fast. Pop it out. You know, you're using it. So I don't know what you. I don't hunt or anything. But if you're skinning an animal, for example, or whatever the hell you use this for, I just use it for like cutting rope and that sort of thing, and opening boxes and cutting wood. But if you're going to use this for whatever you're using it for, and you put it back in the sheath afterwards, you don't want to spend like 15 minutes trying to close this thing, and you certainly don't want to take your eyes off of whatever you're doing. Because that now, with this thing, it's so tight, you literally have to be looking at it to line it up just right before you can close it. Um, Sheath overall, though, is just nice. It's hard. Once it's buttoned, nothing's going to fall out. But we take a look at the wood real quick on the handle, too. This is pretty cheap wood. Nothing to really. It's pretty soft, too, I think. I'm able to put small dents in it with my fingernail, so it's probably, I don't know what kind of wood this would be. I'm not great with woods. But it's even softer than pine, I would have to say. Um, yeah. And also you've got your lanyard hole, obviously, if you want to connect the lanyard. But that's the Winchester fixed blade with the wooden handle. Now, let's move on to the knife I'm more excited about, the Boker Gnome. The Boker Gnome is right here. So it comes with this nice box. It's actually a box, right? And it has some kind of like safety seal on it. I don't know what that's about, but basically just to make sure it hasn't been tampered with. I don't know why you need that with the knife, but I'm going to cut that open right here on camera. Alright. Now it opens. Got a magnetic latch too. That's pretty nice. So look, it says, congratulations on your new Boker knife. Boker of, I'm not even going to pronounce that, someplace in Germany, is one of the world's leading manufacturers and developers of premium collector and sporting knives since 1869. So since 1869, they've been going at it. Here's their registration card, and then they have it in 2 other languages, for Spanish and French, and obviously German. So again, with the registration, if I can, I want to do this online because it's easier, and I'll have to send it in the mail or whatever. If not, I'll just do it like this. But I'm pretty sure they have a website because I was able to do it online for Benchmade. So then I'll have to pay postage. So wow, here we go. So I just opened up the package. There's the Boker Gnome right there. It comes with actually a leather lanyard thing attached to it, and it comes with the sheath, which has a silica gel thing to avoid moisture during shipping. So let's open the sheath first, since I took this out. So get rid of this. Wow, there you go. That's the leather sheath. So that's really thick stuff. Again, I've heard really bad stories about how flimsy this stitching is on the bottom part. So I'm definitely going to have to be careful of that. And if it does come off, I may have to turn this into a pocket knife. Just a pocket carry knife anyway, just because I don't want to lose this knife or risk dropping it and damaging it. Now let's just look at the knife. That's all that's left, really. Wow. There's a little baby right there. And look at that, how thick that thing is. Obviously, it's full tank. There's no way they'd put a knife and be cheap enough to make the thing not full tank on this. But look how thick that steel is. That's thicker than almost, I mean, if you compare to my Benchmade, that is exactly the same thickness. In fact, is it exactly? It might even be thicker. I think it looks the same though. But that is really thick steel on a fixed blade, no less this size. You'd think they would cheap out on it. They didn't. And again, that olive wood handle, these are beautifully done. You've got 2 holes, obviously, and the rear one is for your lanyard attachment. And this leather lanyard thing is pretty nice. It's a nice handle, I guess. It's a little artsy. I might personally pull this off later just because it's a little annoying, but you never know. let's see how it fits in the sheath, because that's an important part. You can't have a fixed blade without a sheath. So let's take a look here. All right, now it's in the sheath. Doesn't fall out. That's important. But again, let's do the paper test on this knife too, because it looks pretty sharp. Again, this steel I believe is 440, 440C. So it's a little harder than the Winchester's going to be. This knife is not as sharp. You can see it's kind of catching. I'll do another one here. Yeah, I can't really cut anything with this knife. Definitely not as sharp. I mean, it's still going to be a capable cutter, but not until I get some sharpness on it. You can see even when I slice, there's some roughness on the edges. So definitely could use some sharpening on this blade. Yeah, it says 440C right there. It's hard to see, but well, it's not. It's never gonna macro in this camera's shit, but you got the point there. Overall, though, I'm really impressed with this knife. Again, it's one of these. It's a fixed blade that's not going to scare people. That's the important thing. Because if I'm in a group with a group of people, or I'm in a restaurant or something like that, or any place public, and I pull this thing out, people think I'm about to dice them up, whether I actually am or not. All right. Likelihood is I'm probably just trying to whittle some shit, or who knows what I'm doing. But I'm not trying to kill people. But nonetheless, that's what people think, you know, because that's what they see. They see this big knife, or even if they see a folding knife. All right. So like, even if I pull out my Benchmade here and I flick this shit open, they're like, "Oh my God, it's huge," right? But this, honestly, from what I heard, a lot of people describe it as it's so true. It looks like a kitchen knife. All right. And I mean, besides like horror movies, like I don't really think there's too many crimes committed with kitchen knives. It's more just tactical knives. So, I mean, this is definitely something that I could pull out in the middle of everything. A bunch of people that are probably going to be afraid of knives, and they'll think it's cute. You know what I mean? It's a cute little knife. So overall, I'm really happy with these things. And all I can do is use them and then tell you what the performance is like once I've had a chance to sort of get more use out of them. But again, thanks for watching, guys, and I'm gonna get to using these knives and hopefully be able to tell you some performance on them. All right, thanks for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. I will see you later.